Let's go. Go.
Yo, really quickly, can we talk about some of the shenanigans that have been popping off down there? And if you were able to see there being any kind of animosity, considering that you're there for an event, they just got to get you in and out. Are you aware of how they're trying to get? I think they passed it already. They're gonna get fucking local taxpayers to kick in on that shit. And do you have any sort of opinion about that?
Arena. Yeah, well, so I have heard about that because part of it is because the arena that the Suns play in is the third. Is the third oldest arena out of all the arenas in the NBA. And so
what does that mean, the third oldest?
Like everybody else arena, like there's 30 teams in the NBA, so 26 of those teams have newer arenas. This arena is mad old. Like everybody else has done renovations, they have new arenas, right. And we have one of the oldest arenas in the NBA.
And that's crazy because I remember like I believe, right, it was early mid 90s when we even got that arena.
Yeah, it was in the 90s. Yeah,
and you know what I'm saying, well before. I don't know. I just figured though, so the fact that, because I remember us getting the Cardinal Stadium, how big of a deal that was, and how like new in technology, and actually maybe I'm thinking Chase Field that they keep renaming for our baseball team, that being a big deal, and a break in technology and whatnot.
Well, no, yeah, the Cardinals arena, no, that's the newest one, the one out in Glendale, right. And yeah, that one's like breaking edge technology, if you will. And then the baseball arena is fairly old too, because that was like the early 2000s. But anyway, so the whole thing is that, well, technically not in arenas. 20 years is mad old. Yeah, it's mad old considering arenas. So the whole thing is that the Robert Sarver, the dude that runs the Suns, he wants a brand new arena. He wanted the people to pay for it, but the people were like, we're not paying for a new arena because the Suns suck and you clearly have no desire. Yeah, you have no desire to make them a better team. So why are we going to spend hundreds of millions of dollars to get a new arena when you won't spend any of your money to get better players on the team? So I don't know what the result was, but yeah, they figured out some other way where they are supposed to get a new arena. So good for the Suns, but still they need to get the owner out of there.
Yeah, and there's been so much fucking like animosity apparently towards the cat and his investments and what he's done, and apparently, and maybe just people's opinions saying that he wastes, you know what I'm saying, money, because obviously what's the...
He's trash. From someone who follow the NBA religiously, he is one of the worst owners in the NBA.
Okay, so then it wasn't just motherfuckers just really voicing out their opinion. Them was facts.
So one of the things to look at real quick with basketball, so you have some cities where are go-to destinations, like that's a good city to live in. Then you have the salary cap, and that's how much money you could spend to get new players. You could, sign free agents, big names to come out here. So Phoenix is one of the top 10 cities in America. It's a big deal to come out here to Phoenix. The Phoenix Suns for at least 10 years now have had a ton of salary cap money. No NBA player will sign to come over here to the Suns because the owner is trash. So nobody wants to come out here. So we've had $30-40 million worth of cap room every single season for like a long time now, but no one in their right mind will sign to come to the Suns because the owner is trash and you're not going to get anywhere. You're going to be one of the worst teams in the NBA. He's not going to spend any money on anything to make anything better. So why go out there? So he's trash.
So do you think then by them wanting to do this and shit finally, I guess, evolving into the current generation where motherfuckers are hanging in and been striving, do you think that's going to give us opportunity and room to where I don't know if people fight for the drafts the way they say they do in NFL? I'm assuming so, right?
Well, yeah, the draft is it's still a big deal. So we had the #1 pick last year.
So when you do that and you have these picks, can they still tell you to fuck off? They're like, all right, we choose you, and they're like, yeah, and I'm sorry, I'm gonna pass.
Well, no, if you get drafted, there's nothing you can do. That's who you get drafted. Yeah,
there was a draft. It's like an army.
Kind of like the army.
We pick you.
There was a famous draft. It was in like late 80s, early 90s. There's this dude, Sabonis, that got drafted by the Portland Trail Blazers. He was a European basketball player. He didn't want to come to America to play, so he went back to Europe, and he played in Europe for 10 years. Then after playing in Europe for 10 years, he decided to come back to the U.S., and it was like, no, you got drafted by the Trail Blazers, so that's the team that you play for. That was 10 years ago, but that's who drafted you, so that's the team that you go play for.
He's like, damn, I thought
Oh yeah.
with some time they would have forgot about it.
Yeah. So, but no, yeah. So we'll see what happens. But it's still, yeah, the owner is trash. So.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll see how that should go. So, and I imagine it would have been a packed house, because honestly,
Yes.
Well, wait, this one was at the Talking Stick, right?
Yeah.
Now, me just unfortunately being in my Biggie status now, and for most of my life, I used to hate going to Suns games because of how tiny them seats is. Now, my brother Verse, you look, you know what I'm saying? You always had, you know what I'm saying? You always been on the up and up, and you've been on a running man now, or a sleepwalking man now. You say, I imagine it's not too big of a bitch. But how do you feel about them seats? Was there any complaints by Skips?
No, I mean, no. Yeah, it was just regular arena.
They some hard ass seats. Like it ain't no joke. Like, you know, it's funny. I think I talked about this before in previous episodes, but I was listening to our local 92 was it? Yeah, 92, not KUPD, 92 FM. It's our talk station, 92 KTAR. Shouts out to them, and if ever the people at Bonneville, you know, need a guest host, then, you know, by all means, here I am. I won't be so obscene, I promise you. I clean up well. Anyways, they had Mac and Gatos at the afternoon slots, which, you know what I'm saying, I have my love and hate for them. Sometimes they're on a certain side of the fence, but that's what they do, and they're what kind of makes the station pop in here big, which is funny. Like, if ever you see something like, oh, that's the commercial success. Well, yeah. Anyways, they were talking shit about Charles Barkley, and Charles Barkley was just talking mad shit about Arizona. And, you know, how long was he here for when he played for the Suns in that very arena that you was in?
I was like at least 4 to 5 years at least that he was out here.
Okay. And then for that, at that time, did he get popping here? Because we've had people get popping from here. Steve Nash. I don't know if Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah, that was the last time the Phoenix Suns went to the NBA Finals was when Charles Barkley was out here, and that was in '93. So yeah, it was a big deal when Barkley was out here.
We didn't have it when Stoudemire was down here. We didn't make it down there.
Nope, made it to the conference finals like 2 or 3 years in a row. Never made it to the NBA Finals.
Was Steve Nash who never made it down there?
Nope.
Quit hating on Arizona, Verse.
Well, no, I'm telling you, yeah. We were supposed to win while Nash was here, but there was the whole, and that's a whole story for another day. That was the whole thing with that ref. They ended up getting 15 years in jail because he was throwing games. A couple of the series that he threw was when the Suns were in our heyday trying to get to the finals. So,
I was about to talk shit about Canadians. I'm like, damn, Nash. All right.
No, yeah, Nash is wonderful. He's one of the greatest point guards ever. So,
If you didn't like this podcast, it's probably cause you're racist.
Yeah.
Fuck your feelings though.
Yeah. What's up, man? You hear me?